Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tier 2, round number 14 here at COTA in the US. I am your host this evening, King Luckman. As Rubinho goes quickest for 1:33.2. Apologies about jumping in a little bit late there. I have had a few things I needed to do just before. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to see what is going on. Teabag's about to cross the line next, I believe. And he does at 1:35.2. Venom is just starting his lap. Mechanical is currently on a lap. He's going to be the next to set a time. Obviously, for everyone that's not aware, it is a short qualifying session this evening due to a sprint race as well for the guys. As Mechanical jumps in there for 1:34.1. Obviously, quite a few reserves this evening. No Terriers, no Diamonds, a few Aston Martin, which could open the door for the Williams team to jump back in there in the constructors. As I think it may be Venom or Curly. I think it's Curly to set the next time. And it is, he goes a 1:36.2. Venom will be next, as he somehow doesn't invalidate. And he's at the 1:35.6. We'll be looking to improve on that, I'd imagine. So obviously no JJ this evening either, but that's not too much of an issue now that the Drivers' Championship is done and dusted. We'll see Diamonds taking the championship. Not a lot of points between JJ and Terriers, sorry. With obviously Terriers missing out, as well as JJ. So New Era is the next one that could make a bit of a leap up the field this evening with a half decent performance. Constructors, as I say, still pretty tight. At the top, Aston Martin on 687, Williams on 610. So obviously only 77 points between those two across all three tiers. Is actually not that big of a gap. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously last week's results, Bacardi picking up the win, with Terriers coming in second, and nice to see Clay up there on the podium as well. So we'll see what Clay can do this evening. As Clay has invalidated on that lap. Ninja is coming through sector 1. Let's see who else is on laps. Zonnivel's on a lap. Right on board with him and see what sort of time he can set. Obviously quite a hectic session, being it a short quali. So I do apologise if I am unable to keep up. Just get the stream up so I can see your lovely comments. So far we have one from Mechanical. Evening Lockman, evening Mechanical. How are you? So Zonyville jumps in level 134.9. Warrior is on a lap by looks of things. Ninja is also on a lap. Ninja a 134.6 jumps in there with. As Chip jumps in level 134.2. It's a good lap from him. T Sammy coming around the final corner, a 134.2. That's a really good lap from him as well. Just Clay and Wab 2 set times. So let's see what Clay can do as he is coming around the last few corners now. And he goes P14 with a 135.1. He will definitely be looking to improve on that. I know he definitely has more pace than that, that's for sure. I wonder whether Webb may have a quali ban. Not too sure, as Rubinho jumps in over 132.7. It's currently 1.3 seconds quicker than New Era, but New Era is starting his lap now as he decides to massively cut the track. Paranoid is on a lap now. I think he will be the next one to set a time. And he's currently 1.5 seconds down. Let's see if anyone else is on laps. Who is that? Cabalist looks to be on a lap as well. And he is marginally down on his own time at the moment. Let's see if he can improve through Sector 2. Quite a tricky Sector 1, followed by quite a simple Sector 2, and then another fairly tricky Sector 3 on the tyres. Obviously lots of force generated in Sectors 1 and 3. Not done much practice here myself, so I can't really make too much comment on how I think this could play out, so it will be interesting for us all. Again, as I say every week, it's quite nice on this game as every strategy has the possibility to work under different circumstances. Bit of a messy lap from Cav, and he does pull in a couple of guys on outlaps at the moment. Let's see who's going to be the first to cross the line. I think it may be Venom to start his next lap. It sure is. As we're going to see quite a few cars coming back out now, with just 4 minutes left in the session. And he is half a tenth down on his own time at the moment. Let's see if he can nail this sector 2. As he comes into the end of sector 2, let's see what his split is. And he is almost 2 tenths up as he goes a little bit wide there. Let's see if that affects his, yeah, he's maybe tried to push a little bit too hard to gain back what he lost. Teabag is up though. See if anyone else is on laps at the moment. Mahia's on our lap. Top 3 are still sitting in the pits. I'd expect to see them out shortly as Mahia sticks himself second with a 1:33.7. Let's see if T Sammy can challenge that pole time. Teabag jumping up there with a 1:34.1. It's a great lap from him. To be expected from Teabag. We all know he can hook a lap up. As I missed T Sammy's split as I jumped on board with Teabag. As he crossed the line and he's just over his time, didn't improve. Ninja not improving. Carl Trim is on a lap. As Mechanical is starting his lap as well. See if we can quickly jump on board with Mechanical. See what his time is in a minute. Before he goes through the end of sector 1, hopefully. Carl is up as well. He's almost 3 tenths up. 4 tenths up, sorry. As Mechanical is 3 tenths up. Carl is still up. Sorry guys. Long day. As Ninja and Anderson have had to come in together, and that's a 5-place penalty for Ninja. Mechanical is still up. Carl Trim does improve, a 1:33.9, and that is a checkered flag. That is his last lap. Mechanical is still improving. Rubinho is slightly over on his time. Let's see what his sector 2 split is. He's still over. New Era is 2 tenths underneath his time. Mechanical will be the next to cross the line. Clay jumping in there with a 134.4, 2 tenths behind his teammate Chip. Mechanical 133.8. New Era is still just marginally up. As New Era jumps to P2 of 133.5. As that is your quali session over with. So Robinho Magic taking P1 there of 132.7. New Era P2 of 133.5. Mahai in P3 with a 133.7. Bit of a big gap at the wire. Excuse me guys, sorry about that. A bit of a bigger gap than what I thought it was going to be this evening. Robinho managing to hook up a really decent lap there. So just confirmation then. Robinho taking pole, New Era P2, Mahai P3, Mechanical P4, Coltrane P5, Teabag P6, Ross P7, T Sammy P8, Warrior Huntsman P9, Chip Hazard P10, Cavalis P11, Clay Mule P12, Clay Mule P12, Gameful Odds P13, Zonivel P14, Paranoid P15, Ninja 16, Curly 17th, Wab 18th, Venom 19th, and Anderson 20th. As Ross has left the session, I'm just going to fire him another invite. Get him back in. I can't seem to find him. So just waiting for the guys to pick their sprint strategies. Let's see what sort of tyres everyone is on. Everyone opting for the medium tyres. Mahai and Mechanical have been disqualified from the session. as the grid is just forming back up now. As we have 5 red lights and away we go. Robinho getting a really decent start there. Everyone appearing to get through safely. As everyone did, everyone got through safely. So let's see what happens then in this sprint race. Obviously just the 10 laps for this sprint. As New Era is looking to make the move, gets it done. As Ninja has had a bit of a moment by the looks of things. It's unfortunate for him. It would be nice to know what my highest delta is to these two in front, but it looks to be out of a second already. As Robinho is looking for the move on New Era. Looks to have got the better exit. But can't quite get it done into the S's. As that brings out a virtual safety car. As that's, I'm guessing, for Ninja's wing. Let's see what sort of getaway New Era can get as we're back racing. Doesn't appear to have got the jump on Robinho. Robinho seems to have got the drive on New Era. As Mechanical is making a move on Mahai. Gets it done. As Teabag and Clay are having a little battle here. Let's stay on board with these two. As Clay has a little moment. Nothing too major though. Clay and Teabag still going at it. Teabag has got the better of Clay, and that is bringing Warrior into play as well. Let's ride on board back with Robinho, as he is going to have the DRS on New Era this lap. Clay is gaining back on Teabag again. Let's jump back on board as Robinho gets the move. Oh, as New Era fights it back. A little bit of a tap there between the two, nothing too serious. There's just so many little battles going on across the field. I'm trying to keep up with what's going on here. So see if Robinho can get the move done on New Era. New Era pulls over to the inside. As Mechanical has jumped onto the back of this fight. Managed to pass Mahai quite comfortably and is now all over the back of New Era. As Robinho, is out of the DRS from New Era. See if Mechanical can get the move done. He looks to be a little bit too far back, and he is. As Zoniveld looks to be lining up a move on Teabag. Gets it done. Teabag looking around the outside. Can't get it done though. So that is a position gained for Zoniveld. Mechanical is still pushing New Era through these corners. See what sort of drive he can get out of this last corner. See if he can get it done into turn one. As he does. Nice and comfortable there for Mechanical. Four cars on the hunt for P2 at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that little battle. Let's start heading a little bit down the field and see what's going on for the rest of you guys. T Sammy in a bit of a league of his own at the moment in terms of in no man's land. 2 seconds adrift from the back of Carl and has a 3-second gap back to Clay. Warrior is lining up a move on Clay. And Zoniveld has jumped onto the back of this as New Era gets it done on Mechanical. Let's see what's happening with Warrior as he can't get it done just yet on Clay. So carry on going down the field. Teabag again as Clay picks up 3 seconds for track limits. So yeah, Teabag again in a little bit of a no man's land. 2 seconds adrift. Cavalis is 1.3 back from Teabag, but has Paranoid, Chip, Ross, Gainful, Wab, Curly, Anderson and Venom all within a DRS train, in which that is a train all the way from P11 down to P19 as Venom has just dropped out of DRS now. As Warrior picks up 3 seconds, and with it being this tight, he is going to start losing some sort of positions as Warrior has had a little accident there. Not too sure what that was about as Ross picks up 3 seconds for track limits. As Mahai has made it past New Era. Robinho just cruising out there at the minute. 3.3 seconds to Mahai. Doesn't have too much battery left though, but neither do the guys behind him, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Carl is now dropping off the back of New Era, but has the most ERS out of them all. So that could come in crucial over these next couple of laps. Paranoid is currently pushing Cavalis through the last corner. So let's see what happens with this battle for P2 at the moment. As I say, 4 guys are currently trying to go for it. As Chip picks up 3 seconds for track limits as well. New Era looks to have got the run on Mahai. And he does. And see if Mahai can respond. See what sort of drive Mahai can get. Let's see if he can get New Era into turn 1. I don't think he's going to. Zonneveld is all over the back of Clay. So just going to jump back on board with a high and see if his DRS is going to help him to get past New Era. So we have a yellow flag in sector 2. Appears to be Venom has had an incident. I'm not too sure if Chip was involved in that as well. But Venom has now dropped even further behind. Let's look at your position changes this evening. Zonneveld up 6, Wab up 7, Clay up 5. A half decent drive from Clay again. Obviously he needs to try and keep that 3-second gap to T-Bag. As Carl gets Mahai, and that is bringing Mechanical into play as Ross picks up 3 seconds. Zonneveld does make it past Clay. So as I say, Clay's main aim now should be to try and break that 3 seconds to T-Bag for the last points paying position in this sprint. Mechanical is looking pacey here this evening. This is probably the most pace I've seen from him all season. It's only taken 14 rounds, Cole. As he just taps the back of Mahai. Let's have a little look what's going on as Clay makes it past Zonneveld. But this is now bringing Gameful into play with Clay's 3 seconds. Let's have a look at the penalties for you guys. Clay is on 6 seconds, unfortunately. Anderson on 6, Ross on 6, Warrior on 3, Chip on 3, Silent on 3. So as we go on to the final lap of this sprint, let's see if New Era has managed to charge slightly, but let's see if he can keep P2. I know from speaking with New Era a few times this season, he is a little bit disappointed with his performances recently. So it'd be nice for him to have a half decent performance here this evening. And it appears like he may, without any major mishaps, be walking away with a P2 here in the sprint, as we will ride on board with Robinho in a second for him to take the checker flag. As we will quickly do this now. And just confirmation then, Robinho P1, New Era. Coming around the final corner is P2, as we've had an incident. Someone is dropping down the order. There appears to be quite a few cars involved in this one. Not entirely too sure what happened there, but yeah. Carl taking P3 there, good drive from him. Mahai P4, Mechanical P5, T Sammy P6, Zonivel P7, Gameful P8, Teabag P9, Clay P10, it looks to be Ninja has had a little spin by the looks of things. Curly P11, Wab P12, Cavalis P13, Warrior Huntsman P14, Paranoid P15, Anderson P16, Venom P17, Ross P18, Chip P19, and finally Ninja, unfortunately, in P20. As I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just gonna go and grab a drink. So New Era opting for the softs, T Sammy for the softs, Gainful softs, Anderson, Ross, Chip and Ninja all opting for the softs. We have one hard runner in Teabag, everyone else up now. What is going on here? What is going on?